Welcome, Brave Hearts. We are back. Lorraine and Sandra are here to talk to you about that perfect day. I love talking about the perfect day. I love getting people started. And no matter if you're starting or if you're a novice, or if you're dealing with something serious, we still go back to that tenet, that core concept of let's get nutrients in. Let's help the body to detox. Let's help the body to then bring them back out, right? Interesting conversation this week, Lorraine, was a lady saying, oh, I'm taking this, I'm taking that, and da 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 da. But I just keep having all these reactions. I said, what about the back door? What about making sure your body can move it now out, right? We can take things till the cows come home through the mouth. But if the body doesn't have a way, if it doesn't have a way of passing it out the other end, we're just going to maybe keep creating problems, right? So, people, we are here. We'll get onto Facebook so that we can look at your live questions. Lorraine, love, what is on your mind today?
Hey, well, I'm pleased. I'm excited actually to be here and to be part of the DACA Detox team as we roll our new app forward and all the great stuff that's coming down the pipes. I mean, everything is so exciting, so exciting. Like when we can share this information and plant those seeds for others to start doing what they need to do and give them gentle nudges, if they need help. I mean, that's what makes my heart sing, right? I'm able to do this and watch people flourish, watch people go from a state of dis-ease or dysfunction or I don't know what, to a state of not just surviving, but thriving, because the body knows how to do this. It knows how to get you out of a state of dis-ease and bring you back into way surpassing surviving. I am not a survivor of anything. I am thriving. And I'm going to continue thriving my way through life so long as I come back to these beautiful bodies and honor the way it works. It is such a blessing to be able to watch people transform. Right, Sandra?
Absolutely. And you know what? I love communicating these ideas. And I love it when people call in and say, oh, I don't understand this. I don't understand that. And then I can just sort of digest that and say, okay, think of it like this. And then think of it as the second concept. And just like you said, that moving to that thriving position, that moving to understanding and hear their expression of, oh, I get it, right? And so I've just been really noticing that moment of conception of understanding those ideas, and you hear it in them, and you can almost feel those ideas coming through. So yeah, it is really fun to come alongside people and to help them out.
Yeah. And I find that once people get the understanding, then the body gets the inner standing. So we want to be able to help people get that inner standing, right? So the body gets used to, oh my gosh, this feels great. Oh my gosh, this feels better. Oh my gosh, when I do that, this feels amazing. And that's where we want to be. We want to be that amazing, that thriving, and we want to be that light for ourselves first and for the rest of our family and humanity. When one person raises up, you shine that light. Your light goes so much brighter. Everything is energy, and when your energy goes up, absolutely everything changes. And you see the world differently, and you work your way through those difficult times differently because you're viewing things differently, and that's what we love to do. Right,
Mhm. And
Sandra?
to understand that those steps to get to that new perspective is actually understanding that body talk, is actually understanding, okay, I feel a little bit dis-ease here, a little bit of something there, and to not freak out, to just settle back down and go, okay, body, what are you trying to tell me right now? Right? I had some lunch and I bought some salad topper and it had quite a bit of spices in it. Well, you know what? The salad came to greet me a little 20 minutes later. So, and as it was going down, I didn't listen to my body. So I thought, oh, this is a little bit more than just spicy. Didn't taste bad or, something like I shouldn't be eating. But my body did say to me, and I didn't listen and I kept doing this, putting the food in the mouth. Well, 20 minutes later, it decided to go. The stomach was smarter than my 3 inches of consciousness of taste, right? So my stomach said, no, 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 I'm the guard dog. Up this back comes. So I said, okay. So got myself back together and here we are putting the show on. But that's the difference of just understanding this was the body talking. Sandra, you didn't listen to the body, and so now it's going to come back up. But if you can move into that understanding of just because you feel dis-ease, you just simply need to be okay with it and just sit in it and go, okay, what body part's trying to talk to me? What part of my spirit was I not listening to? And because you've got a different perspective, you're not freaking out, you're not going into fear, you're not going into lockdown and right? You now have a different perspective, and we keep working on that, and you will get to the point where you're never going to dishonor that body. You're never going to ignore that body, and it's not going to have to give you those off signals.
Yeah, our body is always doing exactly what it needs to do to keep you upright and moving forward. Whether that is creating more scar tissue to protect or getting rid of that scar tissue because you don't need it anymore, right? So on an energetic level, we have the choice, we have the ability to help our body along with this. And that's why we always come back to those 4 pillars. That perfect day diet, that nutraceuticals, and nutraceuticals are high vibrational supplements. There's no fillers, there's no additives, there's nothing, no downside to taking our nutraceuticals. You can give it to your cats, your dogs, your babies. Yeah, everything goes by weight, so that would be the only change that you'd be doing, but they can take it too. And then the exercise, what exercises are you doing? What things are you doing to help your body and move? Anytime that we want to raise our vibration, we have to do something. And our vibration, we're electromagnetic beings. And when we move, we create that spark of life even more. So movement is important. And then the most important one is the Braveheart emotional work. That's the one that a lot of people shy away from. They don't want to go there because, I don't know, that's a dangerous spot. You could just fall right off the cliff now, couldn't you? Right? And that's why it's important for you to dive into the DACA Detox library and start looking at maybe number one, the conditions that you have. Look into that A to Z. No, it's not. It's reverse the irreversible. Yeah, reverse the irreversible and check out your conditions. And then you'll have a better understanding of what's going on. And like Sandra mentioned earlier, if you're doing everything and something is, and it's still not working, there is one piece of the puzzle that's not being worked on. And like she mentioned, the back door was clogged. So if it's clogged, I'm sorry, those toxins that should be going out the body are going to start to get reabsorbed. So what are you going to do about that? You definitely want to be on the daily cleansing tea. because that is going to help cleanse all of the inner organs and get that large intestine moving. So the daily cleansing tea, when you first start it, you want to start slow. If I've never had it before, I want to start with maybe a half a cup in the morning, a half a cup at night. And, I know Sandra and I have both gotten calls and said, oh my gosh, I can't do the daily cleansing tea. I spent the whole day in the bathroom. Well, they put one tea bag and drank a cup of tea. And that one tea bag should make 2 quarts or 2 liters of tea. So they really had a potent tea. No wonder they had to stay close to that throne. So daily cleansing tea, you want to make sure that you are supporting that large intestine and its movement. Belly button therapy. There's another one, right, Sandra? We want to be doing that belly button therapy because that's going to help open up areas of stagnation in the large intestine. It also puts the body into the parasympathetic nervous system. The parasympathetic nervous system is the only place the body heals. When we're running from that paper tiger, we are not healing. We are supposed to be running. So our body is giving us that instant energy. We get a surge of glucose running through our body. So our body can grab that glucose and have the energy it needs to run or fight. But if we're just doing life, that surge of glucose is going to be a detriment to our health. And you could get diagnosed with type 2 diabetes because you've got all this glucose going through your body and your body is trying to work with it and bring it down because you're not supposed to have that on a regular basis. So yeah, it's going to tax your ability to neutralize that amount of sugar.
Yeah. I think one reason maybe why we're avoiding those emotions, why we avoid that brave heart work, we've been taught for a long time that just stay away from that. That's too complicated. You might need a psychologist for that, right? And unfortunately, that just leads to this spiral down, 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 down. I remember as soon as you mentioned that, I remembered a gentleman that I used to know, and he taught about depression and he taught about a spiral. And even if you're not diving into depression, right? When we don't deal with things tend to move, right? We're either moving in a positive way or we're going the other way on the number scale. It's positive movement or negative movement, and we're only on that neutral zone for just seconds, maybe minutes for your day. If you're in meditation, you might be sitting on that neutral spot. So, I think we need to realize that the inside of our heart is actually a friendly place. It's actually okay, and it's okay to give ourselves license to feel lots of different things. We're all very mature. We're not going to run around and bonk people on the head just because we're upset with them, right? We're not going to start overacting just because we're allowing ourselves the convenience of feeling what we're feeling. But we need to be friendly to ourselves. We need to say, hey, you know what? You feel this way? Well, you probably have a good reason to feel that way. Be okay with it. Then you can understand it. Then you can go through those 12 loving steps and actually deal with all those things and just keep on it going, right? And so I think also the idea of issues in our tissues, those are our emotions hanging out in the tissues, creating such an acidic load that the body then has to start sending that fibrin, that crystallization, that calcification, just because of those emotions sitting there and creating that high acidic load. So yeah, I think it's all quite fascinating. We do already have some questions, my dear. Braveheart Cynthia, she's always here with us, and she's usually the first girl to log on. So she's a big fan, and we're a big fan of hers. I know you got to meet her when you did the pelvic show. Course
Florida.
Right? Yeah. Okay, hi, ladies. Can anything be done for bunions nutritionally? Or is cell-sonic and non-surgical the route, or both? And there's going to be some self-care items that you can do at home as well, my dear. But yeah, you're the nutrition expert. Lorraine, what's your input?
Well, definitely you want to not, get away from anything that causes an inflammation reaction into the body. Because anytime we have inflammation happening in the body has to buffer it down. And the bunion started with inflammation. So somehow inflammation got all the way down there. And then the body has to pull calcium from the bones, your teeth. Now, it would be from those bones and create a mass. And when we look at feet, ankles, knees, hips, this has got a lot to do with moving forward in life. So emotionally, why are you not letting yourself move forward in life? You're locking things down. But definitely on a nutritional thing, I would be getting rid of the wheat, the dairy. I'd be food combining properly. I'd be chewing. I would be honoring my digestive system. I would be doing the intermittent fasting and that first meal, because we're just waking up the digestive tract. You want it to be something that is easily digested. So a liquid, which is our 5-ingredient smoothie, right? And only one protein source, because as soon as you put more than one protein together, then it slows down digestion. And when the digestion slows down, that beautiful smoothie or whatever you're eating starts to putrefy, and then you're feeding the bad bacteria, the fungus, and the parasites. And when you're feeding them, they start to flourish. And one of the biggest problems is the fungus, because it actually drills the little holes in the large intestine, which gives us that pooping in our pelvic area, right? So we create a manure pile down there. So we want to be able to bring that inflammation down, starting here, right? Because I can have a thought that creates the emotion, that creates the issues in my tissues. Or I can have a trauma that creates the emotion, that creates the issues in my tissues. Either way, we want to be able to rectify those issues in the tissues and allow them to dissipate. Now, you could also be doing shot therapy, right? Get yourself one of those shot glasses and be doing that. You can be doing some clapping in that area too, because that's going to help loosen up the areas of crystallization, calcification, and scar tissue. And yeah, and other than that, the Wolf non-surgical and the Cellsonic.
Yeah, exactly. She's got her pencil out today. So another question says she's reviewing the notes from the course. So that's fabulous, Cynthia. We're proud of you. Could you review the best nutraceuticals for kidney stones? And just like I said, reviewing my notes with the doc and just making sure I got everything. And I know the one note we always want to kind of start not necessarily with the nutraceuticals, but we always want to go back to that root belief system, right? And so when we've got consistent problems with the kidneys, guess what? We are dealing with a little bit of abandonment or an existence conflict, right? Those things that we believe about ourselves, our beliefs that the world is going to do something to us, your belief systems and the quality of them will then create issues in the tissues, right? So the abandonment or existence conflict is triggered or takes place. The area of the brain that is in charge of the kidneys is switched on, and these settings of stress and inflammation show up in the kidneys. So from there, if you already have kidney stones, then we're going to recommend you check out the calcium ionic therapy on a daily, everyday basis. Start to soften those kidney stones up and move that calcium back into the bloodstream. The body knows where that calcium came from, and it will go and lay it back down where it came from and restore that functionality. And then, of course, we always know that the Cellsonic that is actually one of the reasons this type of technology was made, was because of bladder and kidney stones. So it is exactly what that little zapper machine was made for, right? Is to get that love harmonic into your tissues, help interrupt that disease or that negative spin, help sit it still for a minute. Isn't that interesting? And then get those cells back spinning in the healthy fashion. Yeah.
There is another thing nutritionally that you can do. You can go on a watermelon fast. So watermelon has been known to flush out those kidney stones. It's going to break them down. So start doing a watermelon fast. And just watermelon breakfast, lunch, and supper, and do that for a week and see how you're doing, because it will definitely do the trick. I had a gentleman in, where is he? I don't know, in the UK somewhere. I can't remember. And when I did his consult, that was what he was suffering with. And I mentioned about the watermelon, and he said, "Yep, watermelon are in season right now. I'm going to start it." And he called me a couple of weeks later, and he said, "Oh my gosh, what a difference!" So Mother Nature definitely supplies what we need. The thing is that we've lost that information. We've lost that information when medical system came and started getting us out of pain, but not getting to the root of the problems, but getting the body out of pain. I mean, sometimes you have to get out of pain in order to be able to move forward. I get it. But that is a Band-Aid at best. So watermelon fast, that's what I'd be doing.
That sounds good. Well, today we've got the questions rolling in, my dear. Cynthia says, thank you. That's amazing. No problem, love. Kylie, how do we buy your tea and learn more, please? Well, Kylie, just check out that screenshot there that we've got on the screen. Store.docofdetox.com is the store. But if you want kind of that hub for universal healthcare and self-care, just go to our main webpage. You'll find connections to absolutely everything there. So just plain old www.docofdetox.com. You're going to find links to, like I said, absolutely everything. Store, library, which is quickly turning into that magical app that we've just launched this week. Links in to the Power Pack information, how to find practitioners, links for practitioners that have taken the courses and the trainings. There's a location for that. There's a location to check out all the different courses and free lectures. So there's a website for that. We've got a website for this. And then the DoD 5-star retreat and training center in Ixtapa, Mexico. So both those places will lead you one to the other, right? And if you're on the store, you can literally, there's a link at the very bottom that simply says Doc of Detox. And that link at the very bottom will then take you back into the main webpage. So we've got lots of resources for everybody, and also that perfect day guide, that beautiful 500-page manual. There's also a place that you can put in your information and get the pdgfree.com. Go to that exact website, plunk in your contact information, and you'll get a link in your email to download that. So lots of resources for you there, Kylie. Denise, clumping of cells. So when we got cells clumping together, to me that says they're not able to do their job. They're clumping together possibly because of an high acidic load. I know water clumps together when it's not structured. So yeah, cells clumping together just does not sound like the right thing that should be going on. And in general, and this is a very general answer, your perfect day with those detoxing items getting into your system, the humic and fulvic, are really going to help those cells to start operating in a better fashion. What would you like to add in, Lorraine?
Yeah, well, if it's a live blood cell and live blood analysis, I kind of think that's what she's talking about. The black diamond. It's the one that goes in deep. It goes in the blood system, and it's going to nourish the cells there. It's going to detoxify. It's going to get rid of heavy metals. It is going to help balance your metabolism, balance your hormones, balance your weight. If you need to gain weight, lose weight, it's going to help that. But the biggest thing is it's getting rid of viruses, bad bacteria, fungus, parasites, and it is grabbing onto those heavy metals, and it crosses the blood-brain barrier and does that too. And right now we've got the inflammation mutation sale on until the 22nd. And we have our products up to 40% off. Right now, the things that are 40% off are the humic acid, so the liquid humic acid and the fulvic acid. And that is in the 100 ml and the 500 ml. So 40% off is a pretty darn good price. Another thing they could be doing is the Avicin, because that's going to speed up microcirculation, and it helps to melt away crystallization, calcification, and scar tissue. So the Avicin right now is included in that inflammation mutation sale, and it is a huge 25% off, which is, I don't think I've ever seen it at that price. So, take advantage of these things. Anything else you want to add to that, Sandra?
Just that the C60 hemp has now been added into that 40 percentile category. Other exciting ones are the Beyond Ormus products, all the 4 ounce, the 8 ounce, and the Beyond Ormus magnesium spray is 25%, iodine 4 ounce, iodine 16 ounce. And then down to 20% is any of the B17 and apricot seed products. So we've got a lot going on for you guys out there.
And today, being Wednesday, is our item of the week, our flash sale, and that is the curcumin cayenne. And curcumin is all about getting rid of inflammation, right? It's been known through the ages. This is something that has been used for eons on helping the body get rid of inflammation. So if you've got an inflammatory whatever, or you've got stage 4 inflammation, I remember Dr. Wolf talking about a gentleman who was only taking the curcumin cayenne 5000. Now, he was taking a lot. I think he was taking 10 or 12 at a time, and he was doing it like 10 times a day. But he was able to neutralize that and come back to being a healthy person. Now, did he change his diet? Absolutely. Was he diving deep into the Braveheart emotional work? Absolutely. So it doesn't have to cost a fortune to get healthy. What it does need is you anchoring on all 4 of the pillars. So the diet, the nutraceuticals, the exercises, and most importantly, the Braveheart emotional work. That's when I see people getting the results that they want. And it is 50% off the curcumin cayenne. Wow. Now that's I'd be running and getting a few bottles. I know in my house that doesn't last very long because everybody feels better when that inflammation is coming down. You're able to move better. You wake up in the morning and you don't feel that tightness in your hands or your feet or your joints. That's one of the benefits of really taking care of your body and loving your body back to health.
We've got so many high frequency products, and some of them are a little pricey. Guess what, people? This is a very economical way to deal with your health. Just like Lorraine explained, this curcumin cayenne, it is probably about 50 times as strong as other mixes. It is a beautiful African cayenne, just enough to activate the Indian curcumin, right? So it's just those 2 high quality herbs put in there, nothing else. And it is so incredible. And the other really convenient way to make a big impact in your health and very economical, the good old ultimate coffee enema.
You bet.
Yes, but let's keep moving on because we are already 35 past the hour, so that's amazing. If you've got any questions, according to this slide we've got up here, so many different ways for you to connect in with us. And if you're needing to talk directly with Dr. Jared Wolf, he is there for us. And he had the staff meeting this week was please implore to people that we are not a corporation. We are a small company with heart-led people in it, and we are trying to make a big difference in the world. He said, let people know I'm a hands-on kind of guy, and I don't mind people actually reaching out to the owner of the company, to the person that's spearheading this. And we definitely, we're here for you. But Daryl wanted us to definitely communicate to you that he is there for you too. He is hands-on. We are going to navigate this digital world and remembering that everybody's human, and it is humans that we are trying to impact, not necessarily digitized anything.
Yeah, we want to keep that human touch because that is the most important thing. It really is. You can tell when somebody is talking to you from their heart. You can tell the difference. And Dr. Wolf is amazing, amazing, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we were both kind of here because he was able to use that intuitive part of himself and kind of see what was the most important part for each of us and for every person that shows up at the course, right? And also intuitively knowing kind of what their limits were and maybe a little gentle push to see if you were ready to consider some new ideas. But the screenshot we got up here is all the different shows that we've got coming to you on that BHN TV guide. So isn't this amazing? Lorraine is definitely a big part of the pelvic restoration. Her and Cheryl are normally on there. The advanced practitioner Q&A. We've got trainings with the practitioners that have taken the courses. The Doc Talk Live Q&A. The BHN Power Pack, Seeds of Abundance with Jim Gale. He's a really interesting guy to connect with. Of course, the Perfect Day Lifestyle Q&A with Lorraine and myself. Cardio Medbed for perfect circulation. The Dina and Debbie show, and sometimes it'll just be Dina, sometimes it'll just be Debbie, and sometimes they're going to strictly talk about pets. So it's quite fascinating what those two bring to the. They're definitely both very individual, but they they have a beautiful connection with each other and their communication. And then, DocStar, 5-star healing and retreat. So just teaching you about that personal touch, teaching you that there are practitioners around the globe, as well as right in Ixtapa, Mexico, with the team in Ixtapa, Mexico, there to tailor make trainings and personal treatment and trainings just for you.
And here's a little bit on the Power Pack show. So you see the cell sonic rejuvenation and Dr. Sage Wolf there showing somebody how to do some non-surgical and the cardio med bed and a few of our, I'm going to call them flagship products, right? Really, I use the C60 internally, externally. It has made a world of difference in my world. But the Power Pack show, definitely. And the Braveheart Nation Healing and Training Retreats worldwide, where Dr. Sage Wolf will come to you anywhere in the world. And if you didn't want to go, if you didn't want Dr. Sage Wolf to come to you, you can come to us in Ixtapa, Zihuatanejo, Mexico, to the DoD 5-star Healing and Training Center, where we will make it specific to your needs, whatever that looks like. And that could be maybe you just want to come for a nice retreat and have some beautiful organic meals prepared for you while you're there. That could be something that you might want to do.
Well, the questions are still coming in, my dear.
Okay.
So Annette says, thank you. Why are they not selling the year tea bags? You know what? We have had a crop failure with the people that make the herbs for the tea. And so you can still get access to this to the 6 week tea. We are getting our first shipment of tea bags back in, but we cannot go and fulfill the full year bag just yet. So we're doing our math, we're crunching it out, we're going to figure out if we can start to sell the 3 month or not. We'd want to make sure to get some to everybody. So we're not making any promises because we want to keep a steady supply of at least the 6 week tea. But yes, we're doing our absolute best to manage that inventory for you so that everybody can still stay on that tea. We know how important it is for you. It's important for just about every single person that works for Dr. Darrell Wolfe as well. So we know how important this is for everybody. And just keep in mind that you can also use the tea caps in conjunction with it. I definitely, part of my routine is tea morning and night, and then one daily cleansing cap in the morning as well. And we've got lots of those. So we don't need to limit on how many of the daily cleansing caps that people purchase.
So in a pinch, they could be using the caps instead of the tea. So if for some reason you can't get the tea, then use the caps. They work. They work.
Yeah. But we are managing the stock very carefully to make sure everyone can order the 6 week tea for sure. And then I know we're getting close. We need to maybe keep going on, but maybe just quickly, can we tell Annette I can't do enemas at the moment? What would be a good alternative? And my quick answer would be to stay close to those base products, your daily cleansing tea, your black diamond, your black gold. Make sure you're doing good belly button therapy every day to physically be working on that large intestine, nice and gentle, and making sure that you're doing your best. You're watching your diet real well. You're doing your infinite iodine, your C60. Stay consistent with everything. Anything quickly that you can add in?
Yeah, I would say make sure you're drinking your water, because that flow doesn't happen if you don't have the water to get those logs moving. And our body is 60% water. And the brain is more like 90% water. So if you want the brain functioning and everything else functioning, drink water. The average woman needs 3 quarts or 3 liters. The average man, about 4. And we already talked about Sage Wolf coming worldwide. And then we have the courses. The next course is in Ixtapa, Mexico. And I believe it starts October the 9th with the Whole Life Coach. And then we have the Wolf Non-Surgical. And then I come in at the end at November 1st, 2nd, and 3rd for the Pelvic Restoration and Disease Prevention Masterclass. We have the courses for 2025. There's January in Ixtapa, Mexico. March is right here in Calgary. I'm so excited about hosting Dr. Darrell Wolfe and Dr. Sage Wolfe and getting the courses right here in Calgary. And then they're back in Ixtapa, Mexico, and then up into Florida. And then the last one of the year is back in Mexico. And you can go to braveheartnation.com or bhnuniversity.com, takes you to the same place, and you can get more information on the courses. You can sign up for the courses. You can look at the lectures that are coming up. We've got a lot of Canadian lectures coming up. Let me see if we've got something on the lectures here. Yes, Canadian lectures. There we are. Sunday, October the 20th, Toronto. You get Dr. Wolfe at A Day with the Doc. Heal Yourself, Heal Your Family, Wednesday, October the 23rd in Kelowna. And then Heal Yourself, Heal Your Family here in Calgary on the 24th. And then A Day with the Doc here in Calgary on the 26th of October. So Canada, get your act together, be there, or Nothing is better than being there in person. Yes, these are going to be live also, so you'll be able to catch it that way on Facebook and all the other platforms that Dr. Wolf has, but nothing is like being there live. Nothing. And again, that's the energy, right? You feel the energy. And then we did have our launch, yes, 2 days ago. 2 days ago already? Yeah, it's already 2 days ago of the bhnapp.com. If you haven't downloaded the app, I encourage you to start to download it and start going through it. I mean, this is where you're going to find all of the information from the library. All of that DACA Detox library is on there. And then there'll be other things like the Jim Gale food forest information is going to be there. And who knows what else is going to be coming our way. As this is our launch, but like I said, this is an important resource for you, and it's going to help you to stay accountable because you're going to get a little prompt. What was your breakfast today, or something like that? And then you get points for answering these things. And I'm not even sure, Sandra, do you know what you can do with the points?
No, you know what? I don't know. I know that you can put in what you do for your perfect day. But yeah, I'll have to maybe just nose around a little bit more to figure that out. Definitely, there'll be something in there for you. And there's a few extra questions here that we'll have to answer once we're offline. They're just coming in thick and heavy here.
Awesome.
But yeah, I'm going to just quickly chat about the Perfect Day Guide. This is a free download, or if you're lots of people are actually buying the printed manual because it would just be way too costly for you to print it yourself. It's so big and beautiful. So this is another free download for you. Some instructions here, if you can take a quick screenshot if you think you've got friends or somebody that has trouble getting into Facebook. There's a screenshot there that for step by step. And if you need to call in, we can get a screenshot of this as well if you call in, and we can email these instructions out to you if you need, for sure.
And then the same goes to Instagram. Take a screenshot, and this is how you can connect with Dr. Daryl Wolf on Instagram. And then really the only permanent healthcare is self-care. You have to be your own advocate. You know your body better than anybody else. The only permanent love is self-love. We keep looking for love all in all the wrong places, like that song says. But the most important is that self-love. And when you can have that, bring on that self-love, well, you actually learn to fly. And I can totally resonate with this. I look at where I was, where I am, and I feel like I know I am flying. I know it. I feel it. The wind is there. I'm just surfing. I'm body surfing in the air. Something like that. So yes, first love yourself so that you can rise to your full potential. And we are nothing but potential. That's it. We are nothing but potential. So figure out what that looks like for you and start stepping into your own power so that you can be your own practitioner first and then shine the light for others.
And when we fly, we find the community that flies the same way we do, right? And so here we are, Braveheart Nation. Together, we are stronger. Together, we can teach each other. Together, we can befriend each other and lift each other up. Together, no matter what's going on, we are much better. And together, we are stronger, Bravehearts.
Yeah, everything is about energy. When more than one person comes together with the same viewpoint, I'm going to say, with the same wanting the same outcome, it helps everybody. It helps everybody. And just know that your questions matter. And like we said earlier, we are a people business and we want to be there for you. So if you have questions, then reach out. You can get to Dr. Daryl Wolf from US direct number or on WhatsApp, 1-469-861-8884, or toll free at the 1-855-900-4544, extension 5 is Dr. Wolf's personal extension. And if you have questions or you've got inquiries about something, you're going to hit extension 0. And I believe products is extension 2, 1, 0. We're doing sign language here, and it's working. And of course, you've got that perfect day guide and the Healthy to 100 and the bhnapp.com. And we are at our Braveheart Oath. Sandra, do you want to do it? You want to end it?
Sure. Well, everybody, we love coming together with you. And so let's everybody say this. Let's everybody put our hand on our heart. It really helps us to focus when we're living in the world that's so scattered, so much big energy coming at us. I don't know if you guys heard about the full moon or not. I'm feeling fabulous, but if you need some extra help, put your hand on the body part that is hurting and talk to it. Right now, we're going to say the Braveheart Oath. So we're going to put one hand on the heart, and you can put the other hand on your belly button, and this will help your body to make that full 3 tripod connection, right? So take a breath in. I am love. I am healed. I am Braveheart. Today and every day, from the moment I rise until I gently close my eyes, I will always trust, honor, respect, protect, forgive, and totally love myself first and foremost before anyone else or anything else. So help me God, because I am love, I am healed, I am Braveheart. So Bravehearts all over the globe, you take care. We're very happy to be here with you and to share this knowledge, this foundational information. Take care.
In 3, 2, 1, we've got this. Love you guys. Thanks for joining.